Okay, so today we're going to be talking about source cards, and this is a part of your research project that is not, it's kind of tedious, but it's also very, very, very simple if you know how to make citations and citation machine work for you. So, source cards um, are going to be how you are going to show me what you know and where you got the information from. And I'm actually just going to walk you through this based off of a news article that I found, and then I'm not going to use this PowerPoint, I don't think. So, first thing that we're going to do is you need to obviously have found an article that answers the question or answers your question that you're looking for. So, NPR, if you've never used NPR, is a really good resource because it tends to be very straightforward and very middle of the road. It typically does not have any bias is associated with it. So, it's a good source to use. So, we need to create a source card, and your source cards are going to look like this. Well, hello. Hold on. Let me try that again. It's frozen. Excuse my sniffles. There we go. Okay, so source cards look like this. Now, they have two different colors for a reason. Now, this one goes with databases. So the green ones, excuse my nails too, yuck. The databases are green and the websites are yellow. I'll also have some book and encyclopedia source cards for you to use as well, but you won't need those near as often. So we're just talking about database and website. So the first one that we're going to talk about is website. And you'll have to excuse me because I'm going to toggle back and forth between what we're using and this card so you can see what I'm doing. And so that hopefully if you're watching this, either you can be following along with me or you can just be watching and looking at it. So the first thing that I want to go back to my website. So I'm going to do this. So this is the article that I've decided to use. This is the article that I want to use for my paper or for my, for my question, and it answers my question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new tab, and if you're in my 6th block, you've already done this, but I will also have had you do this as well. We are going to use citationmachine.net, and citationmachine.net is a fantastic resource for you to use whenever you are creating citations and these source cards because it honestly does everything for you. We're all about working smarter, not harder. So I am going to, during class, we're going to talk about how citations are made and all of that. But again, we work smarter, not harder. So we're going to click right here, create citations and MLA. Because we always, always, always are going to use MLA. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, trying to pull this down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to my article, and I'm just going to copy and paste my article into this website. Now, it has all these different ones as well. You will notice that database is not there. So database is going to be completely different, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So all we're going to do is click search websites, and then it's going to come up with websites that match your URL. But here's the thing, it's always going to be the website that you typed in because you typed in a direct URL. So it says, here's what we found. And then it says URL, website title, article title, date published, date accessed. We could not find publisher sponsor. So you're like, okay, that's fine. Final step. So now what it's going to do is it's going to create an entire citation for you. But wait, this looks very similar to my source card. So work smarter, not harder. So what we're going to do is I'm going to see if I can manipulate this so I can have both up at the same time. So I'm going to make this smaller. Oops, wrong way. And then I'm also going to make this a new tab so that I can have this up. And this is a good thing for you to also know how to do is to make this a new tab. So I'm going to try to have both of them up at one time so I don't have to keep opening and closing. Oops, come on. So first thing we need to do is we need to write our website URL. That's right here. Your website URL is going to be long, okay? So we're going to start with https://. Now, I should be able to type in your exact URL into my computer and come up with your article. If I can't, your source card is not going to be correct. So this is going to take me just a second. And if you need to, you can go underneath it. Oh, and if you need to go on the back, you can. Okay, so that's my whole URL. It's going to be long. I'll show you how to shorten it, but for right now, we're just going to pretend like that's what we have to do. So now, the next thing that it asks me for is the article title. Oh, that's right up here. So I'm going to say museum dedicated to comedy opens in Lucille Ball's hometown. Okay, again, it's okay if you need to write underneath. Okay, so now I need the author or the editor. So this does not have an author, so I'm going to leave it blank. I'm just going to cross through. Doesn't have an author. Now, wait a second. Does it really, does it really not? Okay, I'm going to look back and see if I can find an author myself. Oh, so this looks like it's a transcript. What does a transcript mean? Oh, that means that it must have been an interview. So what I'm going to do is I am going to not put an author since it is an interview. And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it blank. Now, I could go through and I could put all of the different authors here, which actually, you know what? I changed my mind. That's what I'm going to do. For authors, I'm going to write Gunderson. I'm going to write Cornish. And I'm going to write Black and Cheng. Those are my people that that have been talked about in this transcript. So that's what I wrote. Now, I didn't write it first, middle, initial, last. I just wrote it through there since I had so many. So now I need website title. Oh, that's right here. So I'm going to write NPR. Publisher. Oh, publisher sponsor is NPR. Electronically published. Oh, that's right here. So it's 03 because that's the day. The month is August and the day or the year is 2018. So this is a really recent article. So that's good. Now date accessed is very, very easy. It is simply the day that you found it. And that would be today. So that is 4 October 2018. And that is your source card. You are going to make one of these for every single one of your websites or answers that you have, websites or databases. So Pretty straightforward, especially if you use Citation Machine. Again, work smarter, not harder. So now we're going to switch to our database source card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, and I'm going to exit out of that because I don't need that anymore. So then, oh, I just got rid of that. So now I'm going to pull up, I'm going to go to my RAPEC website, and I'm going to go to Library Media Resources because that's what I have highlighted, and I'm just going to try to find a website, or an article that I can use on the databases that will help me fill in this thing. So I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to use Gale Virtual Reference Library. You could use whatever you want, but that's the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to type in Lucille Ball. Again, I'm not looking for anything. I'm just typing in Lucille Ball just so that we can use something. Oh, why am I scrolling? Let's just use the first one that comes up. Okay, so again, just like we talked about yesterday, citation tools. Now, this is a little bit different because this one doesn't go in that perfect format. So instead, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to decode a MLA citation. So in order to do that, I have posters up on the wall of how to do it, but I'm going to walk you through it as well. The first thing, come on. The first thing in a MLA citation is going to be the author. Well, there is no author because it doesn't start with anything. So I'm going to come over here to author, and I'm going to cross through. The second thing in a citation is the article title, and it will always be in quotation marks. So my quotation marks here are Lucille Ball. Okay, good. Database. Database is going to be not the first thing in parentheses, because that would make the most sense, right, based on our source card, but it's actually the second thing in parentheses. So that is, according to this, Gale Virtual Reference Library. Now, the publisher and the sponsor is actually the first thing in parentheses. So that's Encyclopedia of World Biography, second edition, volume 1. Okay, that's it. Now, electronically published, you can see right here it's 2004. So I don't have a day or a month, I have a year. And then today is my date accessed. And it is, folks, that easy. That's all you got to do. So if you get stuck on a citation for a database, just use the references that I have. Use the posters that I have up because they will always follow this pattern. And if something is skipped, that means that they don't have that as part of the thing. So you would just skip it on your source card. Alrighty, that's it.